Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 74 of the Flight Room Podcast. I am Keys, and I am here with Remy Please
Yay.
and Lighthouse.
What it
So,
do?
what's good, guys? Let's just jump right into it. I need you guys to enlighten me. What's going on with Nicki Minaj and Twitter? They taking her off of Twitter. What's going on? What happened? Did she say something wrong? What's going on?
It was crazy because like we was like kind of talking about this a little bit last week before it even actually happened. Like she jumped on Twitter and saying, well, people were asking what was her whereabouts for the Met Gala, what we talked about last week, and these dudes with the dresses and the colored hair. But people was asking, where's Nicki? I mean, she's fashion, she's New York, it's the Met Gala, and she went on Twitter saying, she ain't want to show up because you gotta be vaccinated. You gotta be vaccinated for the Met. If she was going to get vaccinated, it wouldn't be for the Met. She wanted to stay home with her kid. If she did want to get vaccinated, she would get vaccinated to go on tour. You know what I mean? To make a bag.
Right.
She said there's not enough, research that she's done yet personally for her to get vaccinated. She mentioned that her family member or a distant family member became impotent after taking the vaccine. People saying, oh, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Doctors, Twitter doctors jumped on Twitter and saying, that's not true. So they put her in Twitter jail, as people say.
Right.
She wasn't able to log on. She wasn't able to tweet and all that stuff. But yeah, this is an issue because like you can't allow certain people to like spew their information, their influence, their celebrity online, reaching the masses and not let another person, like, because if it's freedom of speech, it's freedom of speech.
Right.
Point blank, period. And at the end of the day, she wasn't saying something too like outlandish, bro. Like she's speaking about personal experiences, not, saying, everybody riot, everybody, steal, everybody, do a flash mob, you know what I'm saying? Cut your wrist or some shit like that. She's not saying none of that shit. So
right. But yet at the same time, Twitter's making it seem like Nicki Minaj, you ain't exempt from getting cut the fuck off either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but what does that do at the end of the day? Okay, you delete. Okay, you lock me out of my Twitter account. You shut down my Twitter account. Okay, what does that mean though? That hold?
It kind of shows that you panicked as a platform, or I mean, this is like it's happened before. People that don't go with the mainstream posts get kicked off of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole, regardless of how you feel about the man, kick Trump off Twitter. Not allowed to come back whatsoever. Alex Jones got kicked off Twitter. Not allowed to come back whatsoever. There's people that don't have that typical mainstream ideology. I mean, yeah, all that hurt.
Right.
But, yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean that's
kind of dangerous.
That's literally what you're watching, though. As far as Nicki Minaj, she has a certain role in society. She has a certain job to do. So it's like when she's not sticking to that script, it's like, okay, Nicki, you got this platform because we put you in this position because you have to act a certain way. You have to stick to a certain guidelines, and then it's like, okay, she's basically telling people, hey, do your research. I'm basically moving on my own. Like I'm not going along with everybody else. I'm making my own decisions. So it's like when somebody where her platform does that, you kind of get you get removed because she's not going along with the script. That's not what her job is. She's not doing her job pretty much. I think that's the best way to describe that situation as far as with her. So
do you think that Nicki Minaj was before this? Do you think she was following the script? Do you think that she now is like, what, fuck it, I'm not doing that no more? Or do you think that she had this in her all along? You know what I mean? Like
maybe having a baby gave her some type of perspective. Like that's what I'm thinking. But this probably backfired, in the whole agenda because they took her off and now she's like legit second guessing it. Maybe she wasn't second guessing it before, but now she's like second guessing it now because like for them to overreact and yank her off Twitter, and she kind of saying like, you know what, maybe I did strike a nerve. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are they trying to hide? What is their like, you know, what is their end game? So.
Yeah, I think, you know, as far as Nicki being in sticking to the script, yeah, I think at the end of the day, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of, you know, sponsors, there's a lot of people that's behind her, a lot of people putting a lot of money into her. So, you know, a lot of these companies, they're not going to go out and speak against the you know, the vaccine. So if they got money invested in Nicki Minaj and here she go telling people to do their research instead of going out and get it, then I wouldn't be surprised if there was people behind the scenes like Twitter, remove her down. She, you know, she fucking with our money now. Because, you know, we invested money in her, and now the people who follow her, we want them to buy our products. But, you know, if she's going against the shit that we for, then they might not fuck with us no more. So, you know, I think that's pretty much what that is. But what I will say is, you know, I think that Nicki, this is just an individual situation. I think she might, you know, she still got a job to do. I think, you know, like you said, she's still gonna go on tour. She's still gonna play her role.
Right.
But, you know, I guess this is just her soul peeking out. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You know, at the end of the day, people are still human. You know what I'm saying? You know, they might, you know, have done other things that, you know what I'm saying, they may be immoral, or they may have like, but, you know, certain things is like, you know, some people don't like needles. Some people just don't like injecting shit into their body. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that the real Nicki might come out and be like, you know what? I don't fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just what it is, man. I think that, you know, they're all human, and that's her human side just showed. I think that's just all it is.
Or maybe it's like one of these instances where people really don't know like their role in these, you know, in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, but they kind of do, because she's the only one that says something. I think they do. That's why they don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? These other rappers ain't been saying shit, you know.
Right. And we were just talking about this in previous week.
Any entertainer, and nobody else has really been outwardly speaking about this whole COVID situation. I think Nicki is the only person that kind of was like, hey guys, like, you know, just don't jump into it off the break, do your research. And she's probably the only one that's really said that shit. Right. You know, like, I can't think of nobody else. You know?
Here's her like her. I think this is like her epiphany right now.
Yeah.
To stop a person from. So what it's making me think now is that there's something bigger to it. You know, like when I kept on seeing all these people with all these conspiracy theories, I would be like, oh, what? Oh, please, you know. But what in the world scared y'all that much that made you disable my fucking Twitter? I have not put out anything that I said was a fact about anything. I simply said we should be able to ask questions and speak. And it's scary when they start telling you you can't ask questions about anything. But then,
yep, she's one of us. Yeah, she ain't no different. She ain't no different.
See, the reason I'm telling you, man, the only reason she just supposed to be like, you know, another Meg Thee Stallion, you know, like a twerk girl. You know, we put you on this platform because we just want you to twerk and talking about how you be getting money from these niggas and shit like that, and like how you just a boss ass bitch. Like we just want you to stand on the platform speaking like that.
Right
now you over here like bringing substance. We don't want you to do that. That's not what we pay you for.
Please don't.
We pay you to show your ass. Like, why are you having a voice now? Why are you showing that you have a brain? Now these other girls are going to start thinking now like, no, we don't want you to do that, Nicki. So yeah, like think about that. That's all they did. That's all this shit is about. That's all they want, you know. That's literally what it is. She's kind of like what's it called, breaking the chains a little bit. That's pretty much what that shit is, you know.
And Rez, just like you said, maybe she, you know, maybe she didn't know that she could, you know what I'm saying, like she didn't realize what it is that she was doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey guys, just to let you know, I'm not getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is speaking on it. But it's like maybe she didn't know that, oh shit, I really, really wasn't supposed to say nothing about that shit. Like everybody else can say shit, but me as being Nicki Minaj, I was not supposed to say shit.
She realizes
that on that topic. You know,
I think that's what she realized, and you're right, because like, you know, like Lamar Jackson, he openly is like, no, I'm not getting the vaccine, or I haven't taken it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like her, it's not as big of a deal with him. But when Nicki Minaj do that shit, it's like, damn, like take her off. You know what I'm saying? But that's because Lamar just plays football.
Right.
She actually is like someone that they're using to influence the youth. So she can't have substance. He's allowed to.
Right.
She can't. She's supposed to just twerk.
And she asked, she's like, what did I do? What you did was you have too much of influence to have, any type of own. Right, exactly.
Simple as that.
That's what you did.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, but like, I know it's a shot in the dark, but where is her backing? Is anybody going to back her? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, have y'all been looking around like on the net? Like, I mean,
nobody's.
No other celebrities.
I mean, her diehard. She got like diehard fans.
I know, but some other celebrities have celebrities come out her defense. But then there you go. That lets you know that they already know what time.
That's what I said. I said, I tweeted. I was like, let me find out. Nicki Minaj has more fucking nuts than you fucking fake ass rap niggas. Like, let me find out.
But for real,
let me find out.
That's what I was saying. Like, damn, nobody came to her. I'm not even saying come to her defense, but just, acknowledge what she said. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asking you to agree, but just to like, she essentially could be out there like by herself on this. Yeah. And who's to say that this is just the beginning of their slander of Nicki Minaj? You know what I'm saying? This could be like the very beginning
of her punishment for
right.
Not sticking to the script. Yeah, man. That's kind of fucked up, and not even just that, it's like even the fact that this happened to Nicki Minaj, to the people who may not be as like, I guess you would say aware, they might be looking at it like, wow, like she just broke the cardinal sin. Like, I'll never speak against the vaccine now because look what happened to Nicki. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you can't even. Like, damn, Nicki just got canceled. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't want people to announce. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is even just she's being publicly punished for everybody else, the regular people in society. Like, nigga, you can't say this. You know what I'm saying?
But she's saying all like the
all she did say ask questions.
Ask questions. Like she's really saying the right things. But I wonder how many people are gonna like turn from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that influence that she has, like how many people are going to like start thinking differently, not as far as the vaccine, how many people are going to start thinking differently as far as like just questioning
society and shit.
Yeah, like question stuff because she said it. People that wasn't questioning shit in the beginning. How many people are going to start questioning shit now?
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference because for some strange reason, I feel like a lot of her fans, let's say that like her fans be like, yeah, Nicki questions stuff. It will be like a kind of like a superficial aspect of being I question things. I'm a deep thinker. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like almost like now it's a trend to be that way. So now everyone will be like faux deep thinkers, faux. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like because it's coming from Nicki in the type of crowd that she kind of like has.
It'll be more of an acting.
Yeah. So it'll be more people trying to, rather than actually genuinely start to ask questions. Now it's going to be like, look at me ask questions. Look, guys, I'm asking questions.
Right.
Like, I feel like
putting on airs.
I feel like that's what she'll create. Like that, and don't get me wrong, because within that, it's going to be some people that's really going to help. But I think the majority of the people who see that, they're just going to, look at it as a trend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I hope. I mean, because it's going to take some, big adjustments like this for the majority to, or even half to like wake up. So I don't know, bro. I'm not even talking about vaccine aside.
I know what you're saying.
Of course, it's a big issue. I just want people to have that ability to think for themselves. Because like
the crazy thing,
you would think like most of her fans anyway is on that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because she was on these campaigns. You know what I'm saying? So you would think they would think that way. So.
Yeah, but like the craziest thing about this whole thing, she didn't really lean too left or right on the situation.
Exactly.
Right. She didn't tell nobody. Now she just said, ask questions. I'm thinking about. She even said, I'm thinking about. I'm considering.
Right. She even said, she was saying that like if tour started next week,
yeah, she even said give it like it wasn't like a hard no. Yeah, it wasn't like a radical.
She used to a certain type lifestyle. So
like, God damn.
So for her, just even it's like her to just have the cure. She's getting punished for just having a curiosity about the situation. Like, nigga, if that ain't like stripping away your freedom of speech, I don't know any other fucking like nigga. They attacking niggas for curiosities now. Like,
right.
What the fuck? You can't just be wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
So you think she's going to roll with this, or you think she's going to concede, or you think she, just may prolong it a little bit?
I think she
Just her
I don't
stance.
know.
Prolong it.
She said she's not jumping back on Twitter, so
She probably just gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit just go away. Let some other stories, become bigger stories, and then act like nothing ever happened.
and then take the vaccine on camera. So
I think she just literally gonna just fall back and act like this never happened, and just drop some music and go on tour. I think that's what's really gonna happen. But I do think this is probably for me. I think this.
But bro, like
she gets a lot of respect for that though.
She do
respect for that. Yeah.
But I think you such big of an artist, like you really don't have to get like who's going to pressure you to get vaccine? Like it's your show, like it's not like you like on the Emmys or some shit like
they might. I don't know.
Like who's going to force her? Actually, like it's your shit. Like, I don't know.
How many of her so-called following are, because rappers they talk about their lifestyle and things that happen in their life. How many of her followers you think are expecting for her to actually say something, like stand up for her? You know what I'm saying? Stand up for herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't take that. Like. And then she quiet, and they're like, "Oh."
I got a feeling behind the scenes they be like, "Yeah, Nicki, you know what I'm saying? You kept it real."
Oh yeah, she's speaking for us. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're like, "Yeah, man, Nicki, we appreciate."
But it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me.
It's like that shit at work. It'd be like everybody be talking shit about the job, and be that one nigga that like, say what everybody else be saying. They be like, "Yeah, man, we appreciate you," but I ain't saying that shit
at all.
Just like that at work, yo.
Y'all ain't staged no damn walkout.
That's funny as hell.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, just for them to panic and kick her off is a testament to show you she's on the right path. And I hope she takes it and run with it. Of course, she's not gonna come out with like no inspirational song out of this shit.
Nah, like nigga, at the end of the day, she still got
like she's done the most, and I think this is like the peak of it. She's not gonna be no activist or nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't even think that she
has an
realized
image
what she was doing.
to
I don't think
yeah.
that she thought that it was going.
They accidentally
like, oh shit,
they accidentally showed their hand in this poker game.
Like my bad, guys. I didn't know it was that serious.
And that also showed that that was Nicki's human side, like
right,
peeking out and shit. Like that was her soul right there, like
right.
So.
Well, yeah, good for her.
Yeah,
good for her.
What's up, Al?
What's happening?
You got anything to say before we jump off this topic? Nicki get silenced off Twitter for speaking her mind.
Stating her opinion.
Yeah,
stating her opinion.
Accidentally, pretty much.
Stating her opinion, stating what she knows and what was real to her. I mean, it wasn't even like something that was questionable or anything of the sort. Like she started out, to my knowledge, she started out saying the Met Gala said you got to be vaccinated to go.
There you go. Yeah,
that sounds like a fact to me. That sounds like, and she said that she didn't want to get it. If she was going to get the vaccine for something else, then
it would be tour. Yeah.
But other than that, I think if I remember correctly, Carrie Hilson said this too back when Donald Trump was going through some stuff.
Carrie Hilson's woke though.
Yeah, but she said it when Donald Trump was going through some stuff, and she was talking about like how people like how Twitter has the ability, or not only Twitter but social media has the ability to silence people and basically like censor their thoughts, regardless of like if it's their facts or if it's something they believe in or not. Like, how do you just have that ability to do that based off of just basically you not liking what somebody is saying? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's foolish. I mean, like foolish to me, especially like being as though, I don't know how to say it, but like they're trying to make it seem like she's in the minority when as though it's not only her that not everybody. A lot of people have doubts about not only this situation, the vaccine, but a lot of people have doubts about other things. And so if you're questioning it, and then this also goes to that Kyrie thing that we talk about too, where you're questioning something and then automatically people try to assume you are crazy or out of this world or what have you. So,
but I don't even think it sounds to me like she wasn't questioning it until after the fact.
Right.
She was just more so just be like, I'm not getting the shot. She wasn't questioning shit. She
said
like,
she hasn't done all the research yet.
Right.
And then when they kicked her off, she was like, okay, why they do all that? Why they do all that? I'm just asking questions, and they did all that. So they showed their hand.
Like, y'all niggas is hot now.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
They showed their hand.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Don't go against the grain, guys.
Yep.
Exactly.
I got to.
Stay in line. Oh shit.
You said stay alive.
So yeah, I mean, as long as we're talking about, you know, your rights being taken, your First Amendment, let's move on to the next one. Joe Biden's new plan to monitor your bank accounts. Any bank account pretty much that has $600 in standing or $600 in transactions. I really don't know the details about this. I watched a couple videos earlier today, but this is like part of the tax reform. I guess you're trying to get a hold of the people with the riches, but if you're if you're monitoring and reporting everybody with a $600 or more bank account, that's pretty much every goddamn body, anybody paying rent, making those type of transactions. This is invasion of your privacy. Yeah, I think it's like a lot of shit going on behind the scenes with this shit. But what are y'all initial thoughts when y'all seen this shit?
I go ahead, Lighthouse. Go ahead.
I mean, as far as this new plan to monitor your bank account, I mean, I don't know. Is it just is it like, you know, what the government is going to be? Because I look at it like everything that's on the internet, everything that's digital. If I log into my bank account and look at the numbers, like anybody, I mean, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like it's being recorded somewhere.
Yeah,
so,
but they're making financial institutions report send reports to the IRS to make sure the IRS is getting every piece of change that they can possibly get from you, your earnings, whatever it may be, whether it's stocks. They said they're even going to be digging into like third-party institutions like Cash Apps, Zelles, PayPal.
That's what I think
Robinhood, stuff like that.
Well, based off that perspective, I think it's because there's just so many different avenues to make money now. I guess it's like we got to make sure we get in every single, you know, I think that might just be all it is. You know, it's so many different new ways of making money that it might be hard for them to keep up with everything. Yeah. So that's probably
the whole cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that's
and not just that. Also, if you probably not even like a legit, like, you know,
business with an
business person, or like let's say you're not even like a citizen or some shit, but you can still come over here and make bread off the internet. So it's like if they can probably find who's legal, who's not, you know what I'm saying, who's, you know, there's probably a lot of shit they can figure out just by monitoring people's bank accounts, you know, and then they're gonna see what purchases you're making. Then it's like, oh, that's a suspicious purchase. Why did they buy that? Why are they spending this much money in this short amount of time? So it's like, you know, this shit could be wild, man.
But let me ask you, so you don't think that this is like been happening? Like, to my knowledge, I thought this was already a thing. Like they already monitor your bank account.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning. Yeah,
I think they monitor your bank account, but now it's going to be repercussions for said transactions over
like
a
what?
amount. I mean, when you sign up to like even exchange crypto, like you gotta use your social security number. So of course that eventually is going to come back on you. So I mean, any stock that you have that you know sell and cash out within a year, that's being taxed. So Bitcoin is supposed to be like the wave of the future. This crypto is supposed to be like a wave of the future. So this is the way for governments to kind of put that stronghold in that shit. Like you're not allowed to. Like it's supposed to be America, so you're not allowed to have like, you know, the American dream of, you know, getting out the mud. You gotta go through like the corporate ladder and shit now. Like you gotta go through all these checks and balances and shit. Like every anything over $600, bro, that's like everything. Like you can't be stepping out your means. And you know
why is 600 the key number? So like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody striving to have less than $600. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, nobody's striving for that. So
but they're saying if you got over that, that's like anybody paying, you know, rent, mortgage, anything. If you got, that's literally saying everybody.
Yeah, that literally.
You know what? That might have been like the roundabout number that niggas was depositing in to buy like cryptocurrencies or to buy stocks. Because you know within you know what I'm saying, but like within the last like, you know what I'm saying, year or so, people been doing a lot more investing, whether it's been Robinhood or these certain trade joints. But I'm just taking about the roundabout figure about $600 and invested. You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like that whole like money laundering threshold is $10,000. So like if you make a $10,000 deposit in your account, that automatically sends a report to the IRS. That's like, you know, a thing of the past. So Bitcoins now is like 4 times as much as that. So if you deposit 1 Bitcoin, of course, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, it's just something they couldn't regulate. Now they're trying to regulate.
So do you think this could lead to maybe the end of cash? Like all
Yeah,
together?
I just think, I don't know, even a
If
deeper conspiracy.
If they're doing this, that means that like, and they can't track cash, they might make it to where everybody just got to have a bank account. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you know, everything will be digital, and I think it'll probably be easier to track than people even just having cash. And then, do you think this could also lead into people not wanting to put their money in the bank?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which will just lead into the whole one world currency thing.
I'm saying, and just because of that, and when they probably see that people not putting their money in the bank, they probably gonna try to eliminate cash. You know, and then. Or like you said, be that one world currency shit. I could see that happen too. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to start out this let's monitor your bank account shit, but it's going to end up morphing into some whole other shit, you know.
And yeah, and it's funny because like certain governments are, you know, acquiring these Bitcoin mining facilities. Like it takes money to like hold these things, and believe it or not, U.S. you know has spends a lot of money of their budget for these Bitcoin mining things, and they seize a lot of stuff. Say you die, they can acquire your shit. You obtain it illegally. Who's to say that they acquire the shit? Like they're going to make probably, I seen a number, $8 billion just off this year alone, just off acquiring other people's Bitcoin. So who's to say like this actually came from like
but isn't it monitored? Because you still got to do taxes on that shit, right?
Now you do, yeah. At first you didn't. First it was like the Wild Wild West. now you do, like, because these companies, the Robin Hoods, the Coinbase.
I got my W-2 the other day. They sent me that shit.
You gotta report that shit. They gotta report that shit because they're gonna get fucking taxed. So they're gonna tax you, of course.
Niggas can't even make money the way.
Right, you're not allowed to make money. You're not allowed to make money unless it's on their terms, unless it could be taxed.
Oh, you got $600? Let me see.
So they can play their little war games and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the reason why weed is legalized and shit too, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like there's too much money to be made. It's like these niggas smoke too much weed for us not to be getting no money off this shit.
The federal government is so convinced of the potential for income from back due taxes that the White House wants to give the IRS an extra $80 billion.
And they mad about my $600.
Right.
I can't have 600, dog.
600.
Damn, I can't have $600.
Just sick.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk constitutionally, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches in your bank account and seizures in your bank account, your Bitcoin, cannot be violated, and no warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. I mean, we've seen these videos in the past. I think it was like a little point in Zeitgeist, the movie where they talked about just even the whole income tax shit is illegal. It's not constitutional. So they just this entity, this outside entity that's not really part of the federal government, it's an outside entity, pretty much bullies you to live here in each and every way. But,
it's crazy.
Look into that. How there's even like some people that used to work for the IRS or big financial lawyers that do not pay their taxes because they read, researched, schooled themselves on how it's unconstitutional and do not pay their taxes. I am not saying that for nobody else to do that shit because you're not them.
Yeah, you are not them.
Yeah, it happened.
Your ass again.
Right. You be they will Wesley Snipes your ass and do not do that.
Right, nigga. If Wesley Snipes can't get away with it, nigga, they can you.
Right. Like a 90 star.
Right, nigga. Blade could not get away. Oh shit.
Mm. But yeah, man. I don't know. On to some entertainment. I haven't really watched the
Entertainment.
entertainment, the Emmys. People are up in arms because not a lot of people or no people of color won an Emmy last night. There was a few nominations. RuPaul won. I know B, you happy about that?
You said what?
He's-
Yeah. Wait.
RuPaul.
Time out. Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not watch that shit.
I don't watch
And
that shit no way.
and honestly, to be quite honest with you, like I'm I don't really care about that shit.
The Emmys. I don't
I
give a fuck.
just don't. I mean, just award shows in general. As of late, I don't know whether it's just me growing or whatever. I just don't really give a fuck about award shows anymore. Like who wins them, who doesn't win, why a certain set of people won them and why they didn't. I just don't.
You right.
I
At
just
least for the Emmys, that shit
I
is
mean,
not.
you know what I'm saying? Like, unless somebody's doing something for like getting a humanitarian award and they, you know what I'm saying, giving back to the community and shit like that, cool. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Kudos to them. But other than that, like somebody getting best rap album of the year versus, you know what I'm saying? But I thought it was somebody else. I'm gonna still bang what the fuck I like to bang, you know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really give a fuck, honestly.
I dig it.
Yeah, I just had to look up the difference on what the actual Emmys was. The Emmys is the TV program.
Yeah.
so so I mean, I guess it's like the television shows and different things of that nature. And so I don't know if that includes cable. I'm guessing no, it doesn't. It
Yeah,
would
it
have
does.
to include cable because that's what Lovecraft Country
Yeah.
was
It was nominated
nominated,
a few times.
but it didn't win. But I mean, if you think about it, the majority, to me, and I'm not a big Emmy, Grammy, or award show watcher. I do watch for like the performances and watch for some of the speeches and stuff, but I'm not necessarily too in deep or too involved in like, oh shit, who's gonna win best actor for 2021 or what have you, you know what I'm saying, like that. But I think a lot of those shows be like shows that come on basically like prime time ish. I might be making that up or that might just be my own assumption, but
Primetime
uh,
television.
yeah, so I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm damn sure not surprised that no black actors or black actresses truly won. For the most part, I am surprised that we are still surprised, and I am surprised that we haven't like
That's what I was
taken
about
more
to get at.
that we haven't taken more stock or we haven't taken more ownership of our own award shows. And like I know the BET Awards, for some odd reason, the BET Awards and the Hip Hop Awards and different award shows like that aren't necessarily seen as like the premier award shows or different things. But if those are supposed to be celebrating Black culture, I feel like we need to divest our. I mean, make our put our energy there as opposed to like actually celebrating our own. Like fuck, like because once again, why are we celebrating or why are we anticipating or hoping that we're going to win? The Black people are going to win an award that is judged by and dominated. The categories are dominated by white people, or people that don't look like us or don't have the same mindset or don't think like us. So I think we honestly like. I think we just probably need to put more stock in our award shows as opposed to like really trying to understand like why we didn't get an award at the Emmys.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. And even from my perspective, I think that they, even the fact that this is a story, I think, Grammys. Oh, no black people won. What's the Oscars? Oh, no black people won. The Emmys. Oh, no, but it's like every fucking year we hear about all these damn stories, and it's how black people didn't win. So I feel like it's they put these stories out there, try to create some sort of black outrage, and it kind of puts us in this mindset where it's like, oh man, they didn't accept us, well I'm going to prove it to them. Oh, they didn't accept us, and it keeps us in this mindset of trying to prove to white people that that we're good enough, instead of, like you were saying, Alex, instead of focusing on our shit, celebrating our shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I think that's what it does. It kind of like distracts us from what's important and shit. And I think it's supporting ourselves, celebrating ourselves. So I think that's really what that should be about. It's like it's a big ass mind fuck. you know?
And then even as you just said that too, Marcus, like, all right, and then so I think, all right, so the Emmys this year, I don't remember exactly, and I don't give a shit. But then I feel like it was the Grammys one year too, right? And then like the next year it was like black people boycotted the Grammys, and of course, don't get me wrong, I might be wrong about which award show it was, but it was like black people boycotted the Grammys.
I remember
and
that
was like nobody showed up.
It was a hashtag. It was like Grammy so white. Or some shit.
Oscar. It was Oscar so white.
And then I think the next year, if it wasn't the next year, it was the following year, where that was supposed to be the year where Kevin Hart was supposed to host. And so it's like, all right, black people gonna boycott, and then the way we can get back in is if they get the biggest or one of the biggest black superstars to come host. And then guess what? Kevin Hart doesn't host because he says something about the LGBTQ community, and then all of a sudden, like, it's still that big outrage, and then it's like, all right, well, who's gonna host? And then the only thing it does is draw up more fucking controversy for whatever award show it is. And then guess what? It brings more eyes to the fucking TV show or award show, and then their numbers do outrageous numbers. So yes, even though, like, granted, this year they didn't do numbers like they probably wanted to, no black people won. So guess what's going to happen next year? Either black people are going to tune in because they're, I mean, not necessarily saying we should, but black people are going to tune in, or people are going to tune in and be like, who are the people of color that are going to win an Emmy at this year's award show? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, it's nobody that won. Outrage. And
they just keep you in that cycle, and here you know, it's a constant cycle.
That's Simo man right there. RuPaul.
You want one shit?
Well, you laughed. But you 100% right, Alex. Because like at the end of the day, it's like that same shit. Like that. What was it? What was that clothing brand that did like that coolest monkey in the jungle with the little
H&M.
boy? H&M. Yeah, it's the same shit where all these companies will have like little racist little shit, and they'll like draw all this outrage, and then it's like, okay, people are paying attention to our brand now, and we'd be surprised how many more people might just off the fact that H&M did something now, but there's more attention being paid to them. And because they get more attention, they making more money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, is using black people to create outrage. You know what I'm saying? To draw attention to yourself, so you can make money. It's like you know, and it's not just that. It's almost this whole society is kind of rooted in, you know, using our emotions to make money for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So this is just one example of that shit. You know?
Yep. Papa John's. So, Papa John's had that big ass campaign where he stepped down or what have you. They took some time off. Everybody boycotted Papa John's. Nobody ordered Papa John's during the football games and everything like that. And now who's the spokesperson? Who's the biggest spokesperson? I'll say the biggest spokesperson. The biggest spokesperson for Papa John's. Shakaroni.
Come on, man. That's all that shit is. It's a mind fuck.
I could say I have, you know, for the majority, have not watched probably like 90% of these entries. I watched Lovecraft. I probably watched an episode of Handmaid's Tale. I watched All the Boys. I watched it's not a lot of stuff.
I do want to see that Amber Ruffin show. Apparently she be talking her shit.
Mandalorian a little bit. I thought Loki was way better than, you know, what I seen of Mandalorian. But I mean, this is, I don't know. These are like popularity contests at the end of the day. That's what these are. These are, you know, rituals, circle jerks, all that shit. This is what this shit is. So y'all can't be putting too much stock in this. It's not an even playing field.
Because they don't even judge our shit like we judge our shit. They don't. I mean, like,
right. And plus, like, who do y'all want to win? For most, it was Lovecraft and Blackish. Lovecraft's not gonna win shit because sci-fi shit really don't win, you know, these type of awards. If you look at the Oscars, you know what I'm saying, Emmys, it's usually, you know, dramas with, you know, older typecast and distinguished gentlemen and stuff like that. Like,
why it's always movies with that type of like look.
Yeah,
like what's up with that?
It's never, you know, stuff, you know, on the sci-fi level or
like some like The Crown, like some shit that looks like that, like those
exactly,
like that type of scene.
Because it's like, you know, royalty. So
it's always that type of shit.
Yeah, Was this your question, Simo?
Nah.
Damn, who be doing these? I was trying to...
This was me.
Oh, okay.
The Emmys.
How you ain't even know what Emmys was between the Emmys and Oscars?
He like, no,
I don't care.
so didn't.
Nope.
So did not.
Nope. I don't even know what to. Damn, I don't even remember what channel that shit was on.
Yeah, I don't. The only thing I probably watched is Lovecraft and a little bit Mandalorian.
No,
and then the late night shows, I watch those.
As a matter of fact, that's how I know it was on what show, what station it was on. It was on CBS because Sid the Entertainer got his show, but they end up bringing back all his previous wives. So they actually had the jump from Steve Harvey show.
Mm-hmm.
Tashina Arnold, she was one of. I mean, like they just brought back all of his three
Wait,
ex-wives.
Cedric the Entertainer got a show?
Yeah.
It's called, I didn't know Kenan Thompson had a show because I seen that he was nominated. It's called Kenan.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a show. See,
yeah, I ain't know neither one of them. I'm gonna check it out.
Said show is I guess it's
sitcom.
It's a sitcom full of. It's not full of black people.
Yeah, it's like
is that the neighborhood joint?
Yeah, that joint.
Yeah.
You can tell they're trying to like get multiple demographics to watch the show. They're not trying to make it a black show per se, or like a, you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
They need to bring back the PJs.
I seen a couple recent clips.
I wouldn't mind that
talking that shit.
Hey, listen. That's too much for this.
Yeah, they was talking that shit.
That's too much for today's society. It's too much. It's too much for their agenda.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Shit. I'm had to go watch that joint. I know I got a PJ's DVD around this motherfucker somewhere.
You still have DVDs laying around?
Yeah, man, I got DVDs and Blu-rays and like in the closet. They're in the closet.
Stay with the DVDs.
Mm-hmm. You never know.
Niggas ain't even had no DVD player. Niggas had PS2s and PS3s.
Shit,
to this day.
Shit, that's what I was using.
Hell yeah. Like, I don't know no DVD player look like. I got a PS2 though. Like, what you talking about? Put that bitch in there.
The original Blu-ray.
The original.
It wasn't though.
Oh man.
All right, so jumping along. Again, I mean we talk about this shit almost like a year to the day. A whole bunch of children was rescued in Georgia, close to Atlanta. And yeah, this is why is this happening, ever so often? Is there like a network of trafficking going on? So this is June 2021. Just last year, it was like 2000, I think like August 2020. Like 40 kids was rescued. So I don't know. Why is nobody talking about this? I had to actually dig for this news article, like a local TV station. But why is this not mainstream news? Why did this shit happen? Why don't the discoveries happen back to back? Of course, this happens at an alarming rate, and it has a lot to do with politicians and shit. But what the fuck is going on?
Because it's not white kids.
It could be on to something.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't want to take anything away from, and this is completely different, but I don't want to take anything away from the young lady that was just found in in Wyoming at the national park, Gabby Petito, I don't want to take anything away from her. But there are also still black people, black men and black women and kids, as you just see, that are disappearing at an alarming rate. We see that shit here in the DMV often. Like I always get I don't want to say I always get but I frequently get the notifications about like a black kid or a black child has gone missing. And then like even it was a grad student in Illinois.
Right. I think Jelani.
Yeah, Jelani Grant or something like that. And like now he's finally getting national attention, but he's been missing since the middle of August or the beginning of August. And like, yeah. So, but I think that's the reason to me why I think it's not necessarily like mainstream or being publicized, these sex trafficking that or discoveries of sex trafficking and missing children alerts and different things of that nature on a national stage. But it also doesn't fit the narrative of
the pulse of America. like if the
Yeah.
baby's your future, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it don't like who's protecting these babies.
Right.
How does it get this bad? Why is there a network in place, and why do y'all find the evidence of it, but you don't get to the root of it? Like, where are our tax dollars that you taxing us on Bitcoin and shit now? Like,
it's almost like they're talking about these sex trafficking things, you know, like the same way that they talked about like
it's like normalizing almost
like the Taliban and how they had like cells, like specific like group, like they talk about it in the same way, like all this group of people here. It's like they're like formulated already and like all over the states. It's weird.
And they probably outcast them too, because like regardless of I think the sex trafficking the sex trafficking thought automatically goes into, sometimes it goes into like prostitution or underage or different things of that nature. And so like when it doesn't align with like the good guy image or the good girl image or the perfect image, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't look as sexy. And so like, granted, these children are probably innocent and like have been drugged into this life, like we saw in Taken. Like they're literally drugged into this life, and then they have to do this life to basically survive. I just wonder if that's the reason why, because it's also sex trafficking. It's not like just a missing child, you know what I mean? Like, and then even as you just think about like the missing child, I feel like growing up we used to always see like the missing child from 88, or the person, I mean like the little, I know we had the milk cartons or whatever, but it was also like the little pamphlets that always had like, this person has been missing since, and then if you were to see them
maybe
now,
on Unsolved Mysteries.
yeah. Or and then also it'd be like this, if you were to see them now, they like digitized their face and like made the progression of how the person would have possibly looked after so many years. But I don't know.
Yeah, I remember them joints. Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk about possible fixes. How can we fix something that we have no, like we aren't supposed to know anything about, like the goings on and the behind the scenes of that shit? So how can like you know what I'm saying, like them airing it and showing us, like what the fuck are we supposed to do? That's it's obvious it's an organization that we don't know nothing about. We don't know how they operate. We just know that these things are happening. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think some of that starts back with, and I know it's a bigger thing, but I think some of that starts with like us going back to community, yeah. Like literally going back to community and knowing not only knowing our neighbors, but being able to have conversations and different things and different dialogues with our neighbors.
Yeah.
Whereas though, like how many times you just walk into your house, you just throw up the deuces to your neighbor and go in the house, or vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we used to actually, at the same token, I mean, I know what you do behind closed doors is what you do behind closed doors, and it's never going to show off to your neighbors. Like, regardless, you could be a maniac in the house, but then all of a sudden, like when you talk to your neighbors, it's different. But like, I think we do have to go back to like a little bit more of community, whereas though we're actually talking.
I agree with that. I agree with that because, like you said, I mean, growing up, we used to stay outside as kids. We used to say, we come in the house when the lights came on. You know what I'm saying? We was outside. You wasn't worried about getting snatched the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But also, Al, we gotta get to the point where we do actually go back outside, though.
Yeah,
our kids are dead. We on the phones. We on the games. We in the house at this point in time. So that's we got to actually get people back out. Get people to be neighbors again. People just. I don't even talk to my neighbors. My neighbors I don't even talk to my neighbors.
Who that is over there? Who that over there?
Do you think because now modern day, I feel like back in the day it was more like similar people were living closer together. Where like I feel like now it's more like you might have a damn Christian, a Jewish person, damn, people of different religions and cultures that live next to each other, and they just have a different outlook on life, and they may not see, the world the same way. I feel like if you have more people that had a similar foundation, it's a lot easier to build that community, what I'm saying, or that feeling of community. I feel like it's a lot more difficult these days, not saying that I don't want it to happen, because I do agree with you 100%. I just feel like just because there's so many, different people within the small, areas, like, and then also, just because of this social media era we in now, if your next door neighbor has a different political belief than you, it's like, fuck my neighbor now, what I'm saying? So it's like how we gonna build community where you can't even have a different, point of view from your neighbors without them being like, fuck you. So but you were 100% right. I think that's what I think. If we had a stronger sense of community, it'd be more like, everyone to feel like they have a personal responsibility for everybody. So if so-and-so's child went missing down the street, we all gonna go try to, what I'm saying, what we got to do to try to get that child. I feel like that shit protects the children better than, just relying on, whatever system or, organization that's in place. I feel like if the people have some sense of responsibility over their community and the other people, I think that'd be way more effective. But that's just not the reality of the world we live in now, because so many differences and different people in the small areas. So
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I also think and this might be extremely controversial. I also think some onus is on the cops too, because it seems like, and from what I've been told, like a lot of the street lights have cameras in them and everything like that. And so, like, if you're able to identify and like triangulate the same way we see on TV all the time, where if you're able to triangulate and then get an idea of basically like when something happened or when something occurred, then the cops can go back and look at the cameras and get an idea of what cars and everything were in place around that time. However, speaking from personal experience, we've had to follow up more times with the cops than the cops have had to follow up with us. And I know, like, I guess we're supposed to, but like in the event that something has happened, like, why should I be reaching out to the cops when I'm already trying to process grief and process what's going on in my own head, as opposed to like the cops being more proactive and in certain situations? You know what I mean? I don't know if that
I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
I think from my point of view, I think that, like, it's only but so many cops, and it's only so much they can do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're grieving over your situation, and it's probably they dealing with 30 damn cases. You know what I'm saying? It's
sure,
like
right.
they gotta, it's only so much they can do. But I know exactly what you mean. I think maybe we should just get more people to even, be a part of some sort of organizations that work for the community, like even if it's the police or even just something else that, and we've tried that. Like, how many times have you heard on the news it'd be like those people who work in the community, they'd be like anti-gang organizations and all this other shit. So I mean, that type of stuff, or guardian angels. I think there was like some group called the Guardian Angels or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's been people out there that's tried that before, but I don't know how effective that's been overall. But but this shit is, I mean, 20. That's a lot, man. 20 missing children. That shit's fucked up. And it's sad. I think it would be way more of an outrage if these type of stories, made big news, because there's nothing more precious than children. Like, we should all know every time some shit like this happened. You shouldn't have to dig deep to find these kind of stories. No. So
that's my biggest thing. Like,
and they also gotta say abducted too. Like 20 missing. They can't say missing. 20 abducted children recovered from Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Bro, can you imagine being the dude like
it's a big difference.
The founder? I don't know. It's certain shit. Like, I don't know how I could be a cop and like if I found a bus and the niggas had 20 kids in that bus, them niggas wouldn't make it home. Like the niggas, I don't know. I would like, nigga, 20 children in the bus. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, y'all just like, you a sick motherfucker, bro. Like, but it's a whole nother story.
Hey, B, that's a good ass point too, B, about the title of it. I mean, like
the way that they word shit.
Yeah, word matters. And so that joint says 20 missing children, as if like
they were just missing.
As if they went to Six Flags and then all of a sudden they got on a ride and they just couldn't find their parents or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, Nah, they legit abducted. Like, and you gotta call it like it is, because if you don't call it out how it is, the same way we want everything else to be called out how it is. If you don't call it out how it is, then it's easier for people to digest, and it doesn't hit them as
Exactly.
hard. You know?
It's like, all right, 20 missing children were found. Okay, cool. 20 abducted children?
Sounds way
Way
different.
Yeah. But we gotta find the light and everything.
You gotta.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, speaking of lighting it up, Diddy and Jermaine Dupri, man, big talk. You know what I'm saying? They've been going back and forth about this whole versus thing. Diddy kind of, disrespecting Jermaine Dupri, basically saying he couldn't even hang with him. I feel like it's a lot to say, man, because Jermaine Dupri been around for a long time and he didn't deal with a lot of heavyweights. So I don't know if we can just say he just gonna wash Jermaine Dupri. You know what I'm saying? Because we talking about Usher, we talking about fucking
Mariah.
What's it called? What's those the two boys? Jump. What's their name?
Chris
Cross. Fucking like he had all the kid artists. He had Marcus Houston with Immature, the group when they was kids and shit.
So
definitely like So he come on, man.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a complete wash, but a nice rinse though. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice rinse.
Hey, bro, I don't know, yo. I don't know if it'd be a wash though, man. I don't know if it'd be a wash. Because, I mean, he said he just played Biggie and Mary J. Blige and he get him up out of there.
Now, I ain't going to go that far. You're going to have to go into that catalog, brother.
I don't know, Young, because, like, a lot of Diddy's artists, they probably had, like, one album, you know what I'm saying? Maybe two albums, and that was it. It might have been he had a lot of one-hit wonders, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he might give us that Biggie and Missy catalog, give niggas some 112, some shit like that. But, I don't know, man. Jermaine Dupri, the artists he dealt with them, they've been around for a long ass time.
Yeah, for sure.
Mariah is probably not losing in the versus period. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know, bro. I
mean, I'm here for it. I'm gonna be all ears. I'm there for that one.
Yeah, but he did accept the challenge. Did he?
Oh, he did say that?
It looks like.
See how that did there?
Okay.
Shit. That's probably gonna be one of the better joints right there, though.
And the thing is,
because I said the shit was dying last week.
Yeah.
and once again, it's 20 songs, and so like it's not necessarily entire catalogs. And I think sometimes we look at it and like, oh shit, but it's like 20 songs, and JD's in the songwriter Hall of Fame too,
and producing, and he's a producer,
and them two little niggas just bouncing around the stage. I think this might be one of the livest.
And Bow
Wow. versus.
And he got Bow Wow. You gotta throw him in there. Like, come on, he got icons. Like, damn.
Yeah, icons.
He knew Bow Wow was a kid icon. He was though.
He was.
What do they call him? Mr. 106 in Park. Yep.
He's not. AJ is Mr. 106 in Park.
Who?
AJ.
Bow Wow is Mr. 106 in Park.
AJ and Free.
Bow Wow is Mr. 106 in Park.
That's all I was gonna say.
Bow Wow used to stay having a song on that joint.
Yeah, number one too.
AJ was the host.
Where P at?
AJ was the host.
Bow Wow. Oh, but Bow Wow hosted too, though, for real. Bow Wow hosted.
He did.
He did host it. All right, so who you got in this Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri, Phil?
I don't know, man. Jermaine got hits though. I will say that. I was just thinking about that one with him and Jigga. That was Jigga
he got
too.
Money ain't it? They got
And
money.
the Ferrari, man, that's just one, and that one
back in the day,
and that's a tough one. But Diddy got him too. Just like I was saying, he could just put artists together for real. Pick hits from one hit wonders and for real come through. So I don't know, man. And all you need is 20. This one should be good. It's funny like right after you said that. I don't know. I think Jermaine has a slight edge. I think Jermaine has a slight edge. Dog. Nah.
See you saying a slight edge.
I'm telling you.
Only reason I say
it depends on what they playing.
Yeah, and like only reason I say Jermaine Dupri is because Jermaine Dupri get you when you young. He be having the youngins come up for real. Like just like you got Bow Wow and all that other shit, man. He can go to Chris Cross if you want to fuck around. Like that's what I mean. Like Jermaine Dupri, his shit ain't light, man. He got a catalog for real.
Got skate.
I think people forget about that. But it'll be good. It'll definitely be entertaining. That's some good energy.
Go in the bag.
That's good energy from both sides. Jermaine Dupri could probably pick what's that show he used to have, that Rap Life shit? He could probably pull one of them off for real and get a hit. I don't even know.
Usher. So Usher and that shit. Diddy
please.
Diddy and Jermaine Dupri could do Usher.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Man. But I think did he have one with Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
In the last? Yeah.
That joint,
Honey.
Honey. Yep.
Yeah.
They both got a mean catalog.
Did he do a joint or two with 112 on him?
Oh yeah, Diddy got 112 shit. Yeah.
That's crazy because
they was on Bad Boy though.
Because Usher was signed to Diddy and then Jermaine Dupri snagged him up.
Yep.
Wow. Did we even say Jagged Edge? Did we?
True.
No, that's what I'm
saying. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Diddy
was jumping a little too far out there, young. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. We just named 8 fucking legendary groups. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm trying to see where they're gonna go do rap first, and then they're gonna bring in the R&B singers.
They might go straight R. They might go. I think they might go 80% R&B for real, man. They might.
They might have to.
Because Usher, Mariah Carey, 112, Jagged Edge,
10 of them tracks is slow jams. 10 of them tracks is R&B joints for real. Half of that shit.
And it wasn't them boring R&B joints. None of them were boring R&B joints.
Hell nah,
it was all bangers.
And you play them shits now at the skating rink.
Still.
That what's that joint?
I had some faith in there.
That Carl Thomas show.
Hell yeah, Carl Thomas too.
Thomas.
Yeah, did he have?
He invented the turtleneck. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
They do that for Bad Boy. They invent that shit.
Oh man, that the Jodeci joint.
Oh yeah, Jodeci, Bad Boy, Diddy got Jodeci.
Yeah, he do
throw that in there.
What about
and some Mary?
What about Didn't TLC? Wasn't that
I wouldn't be surprised that's Atlanta.
No, I think TLC was Babyface.
No, I think it was. Yeah. I think
they was tired of Babyface. TLC.
Oh no, I'm thinking Boys to Men. That's what I'm thinking. Boys to Men.
Boys to Men was who was they with? I don't know.
That was right now. What was that, Motown or
it was
something?
Mike Bivins. No, it was Mike Bivins from what's that group? That boy group from the 80s.
So we talking about just like
Bell Biv DeVoe.
Producing.
Mike Bivins from New Edition or Bell Biv DeVoe.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I just give you niggas kudos for knowing who the fuck the producers and fucking all that shit is? I don't know none of that.
Because back in the day, you used to like flip over the tape and you actually see like who's on it.
Yeah. Product, man. Yo, it was all about that little book too.
That book was everything, though.
That book was what it was about, dog. Yeah.
Them inserts.
You get that. The album art. You get all the shit, man. You gotta have that book.
Answer.
That's how I knew who the producers was, young. Just by look, because a lot of these niggas people don't know about. But if you look at a lot of these old school songs, you'd be like, damn, like there was some good producers back then.
I just like reading the thank yous too.
The thank yous.
Yep, the thank you. That's my favorite part. Yep.
DMX had some good little booklets and shit. I remember I used to look at his.
Yep.
I remember
that Flesh of My Flesh was
one of them
the
joints had
best
posters in them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You know what kind of blows me now? Kind of pisses me off sometimes now with some artists. It's like when they put the CD out, but they don't have like who the song is featured. I mean, who's featured on the song.
Right, yeah.
You know what?
You know what Kanye did on the last?
Kanye just did that.
Yeah. He'll have people on that shit and not even have their name credited on that.
I think Vince Staples did that too. I think I might be the first person I've seen that did that. I don't know, but yeah.
I don't understand the point of that.
Maybe
they don't want people to click just because of the features. I guess maybe that's what it is.
And you'd be
sometimes
surprised.
That would be attracting me. To
like who I'm gonna go here first. I'm gonna go here first.
On this, click.
Yeah.
Like,
bro. You already know.
Featuring Rick Ross and Jay-Z, probably Lil Wayne. That's probably my top 3 right there. Automatic.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm looking at this catalog. It's gonna be a good battle.
Hell yeah, I was looking at
No.
Jermaine Dupri shit. This
But the
nigga
thing is,
got
like, we can
Destiny's
always say
Child.
like who has what song, who has this, and in the sleeve, but it all comes down to execution for real.
Yeah, you gotta have that shit. You gotta have it prepped right. Cause I always go back to this. The only nigga I know that fucked up with the prepping was Gucci, man. Jeezy tore his ass up that first half of that show, man.
Yeah.
It was getting ugly.
We was hearing shit we ain't never heard. We was like, what is this? What is you playing?
Shit, the
None
Locks.
of the
The
bangers.
Locks did it too. The Locks.
Yeah, that shit got ugly quick too. Like them first, four or five songs.
Y'all niggas ain't come to rap.
It can't be no promo shit. You gotta be there to do shit people know.
And it happens in the first 4 or 5, you gotta like set the tone, man. You gotta have your foundation good.
Damn, I forgot about J-Lo. Fuck.
Yeah.
Forgot about J-Lo.
All right, so real quick before we get out of here, hypothetical, you on a 7-hour car ride.
Damn.
A 7-hour car ride.
Where we going? Myrtle Beach?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Probably
Myrtle Beach, yeah. Myrtle Beach, or I don't know.
Probably Myrtle Beach. That's a 7-hour car ride.
Atlanta if you're in the left lane.
Yeah.
And your Spotify, your title is fucking stuck on only one artist. Who would it be?
Ooh.
Well, that's easy for me. Jay-Z.
Hove.
Yeah. You ain't gotta change it at all. I ain't mad.
For 7 hours.
Probably Hove. Man, you need somebody with a long enough catalog. I was thinking I probably listen to I could do Michael Jackson that long. 7 hours.
I don't know if I could do
Michael. I don't know about that. The only reason why I say that because it's a lot of songs I've never heard. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I know all the big songs, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know his whole catalog, like all his B-sides and the non-singles and shit. It might be a couple joints where I'm like, all right.
I like discovering shit though with that. Yeah, if you got 7 hours,
true.
Just get somebody that got like a whole lot of shit. But Jigga's good. Jigga got. I was just listening to American Gangster, man. That shit is a good ass album.
Yeah, that's definitely. I don't even know if I want to say that was a slept on album because a lot of people it got a lot of respect when it came out.
Man, it just reminded me a lot of shit too. I'm like, damn, this was a good ass. It's really vivid. It's like a movie on wax for real. Shit is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Great features, beats. Yeah, it's good.
Would y'all throw Lil Wayne in there?
Yeah, you can listen to him for a while.
You could throw Wayne in there because you can listen to all his mixtapes.
He got enough mixtape shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real.
And all his freestyles was fire. Like I don't remember hearing none of them joints be some bullshit. So and he'll remind you of all them goddamn punchlines that he had. Remember all them like that nigga used to have some crazy punchlines. So it'll remind you like, damn, he said that. So I could definitely listen to Wayne. I could definitely listen.
Yeah, listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony easy.
Okay.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Easy.
I could do that.
Easy.
I could do that too.
Do the first 4 albums and then some of their individual joints. Like that Crazy Bone joint. Easy.
Yeah.
Hey, Young,
why is that
hours of Bone?
It's on no platform.
I know. That's a lot.
I know.
I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm just saying the fast rapping for 7 straight.
Exactly.
Like that.
Ain't no fast.
Get the chopping screw albums. Get the chopping screw Jones.
These get the chopping screw.
That's 100 hours in. Damn.
I want like somebody with like range, so it's not like too repetitive. So, damn, I don't even know.
With Kanye?
Yeah, Kanye got range.
I can't fuck with Kanye for 7 hours.
Yeah, because after like a few albums, he just starts getting.
Yeah,
see the ego start changing. And shit.
Well, if that's the case, you can't put Jay in there because, I mean, Jay is Jay,
Not
too much.
I don't know. I feel like he got phases though. Like his shit is.
Yeah, he got phases. But
but his old shit was tough. Like that Blueprint 2. Oh my god, like.
But if you're in a Jay mood, then by all means, my nigga.
Yeah, Black Album.
It's always a J day. It's always a J day.
Yeah, you can throw Jay on any day for real.
Speaking of Jay, I might have to throw Jadakiss in there too. I I might could
I
listen
mean,
to Jada.
you can't just say
Jada
Jada because you would have to say the whole Locks.
Yeah, you gotta say the Locks, and you might have to
You have to say you probably throw all of them in there. Because I don't know if
spill
Jada
over a
gonna get
little
you 7 hours.
7 hours, yeah, it's not
Just
going.
by
Yeah.
himself, but not by
He only got like
4
3.
hours. He give you 4 hours.
He only got like 3
mixtape.
studio albums and then like probably 2 solid, legit mixtapes. So.
And you probably wouldn't even listen to everything on the albums.
And then you gotta remember all that he had one verse on a lot of songs because it's 3 of them. So it's not like there's no way you can't avoid Styles and Sheek. Like you can't get
right.
There's no way you can just listen to straight Jada.
I thought about that too. I was thinking about like Diplomats or something.
Currency has enough content to last.
Yeah, Currency got
16 hours.
Man, he got days of shit.
Yeah,
his shit, the sound of his music, especially from when it started, like he had some range, but I feel like it's starting to sound repetitive now.
Yeah,
but back in the day, it was definitely he had a lot of range with that shit though. Yeah.
It's because of his producers and stuff, man. They blowing up and shit. I know Alchemist been around forever, but like they shit now, I feel like everybody's using them as a blueprint just because of Griselda too. Like the sample game, the slow loops, like they starting to like just steal that shit. But yeah. Currency was definitely on the wave early.
Remember, you're not listening to Drake for 7 hours.
Nigga, I'm not listening to him for 7.
He ain't got 7 hours.
I couldn't do Drake for 7 hours.
I could do.
Got 7 hours of work.
I could do 50. I could do 50, and I could do
50. He got 50. One album.
50 where you got to listen to. You got to put his mixtapes in there. You got to put
one album.
You got to listen to everybody.
One album, one EP, a couple G Unit radio junks.
All right, what about Eminem?
3 albums.
I don't know if I could do that all day.
That's a whole 7.
Yeah,
that's a whole 7. I
whole 7.
That's 3 albums.
He get 1 hour. He get 1 hour.
I'm tired of this.
I know. I can probably give him like
2 albums. That's
about
it.
1 hour.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's good, but it's just
too much.
Yeah, that's never my vibe.
Like, nigga, you are not sane.
Yeah. Hi, my name is. All right, man. Next jump.
Nah, his shit now is crazy though. His shit now is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He be having some crazy ass.
Hey, but every time that Superman
tracks.
joint come with that Superman beat crazy though.
Yeah, that's one of my
the
favorite
video
albums.
type
That
too.
shit crazy.
The Eminem show. That's one.
Yep. The E show. I think that's his best one. Is that the one with Stan on it? Oh no, that was Marshall Mathers. Yeah.
Marshall Mathers is.
Marshall Mathers.
It was
I
dark.
think that might be his best
That was
one.
my favorite one. Yeah, that was my favorite one.
All his music was dark.
That motherfucker came out dark. He was so
He came out dark.
Nah, he did. He had like I don't know. Just I remember.
I remember. I saw a video. I was like, "Who's this white dude making fun of everybody?" You dressed up like Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, shit was crazy. And go on hard, he could rap though.
Didn't he have like the album cover where it was like a woman in the like tied up in the trunk or some shit like that?
Trunk.
Like,
yeah, that was the second album.
I was like, yeah, that's some dark ass shit. Like, bro, you can't.
Yeah, that was the first.
Said that was his wife, dog. He said that was his wife.
I guarantee you he couldn't do that now. I guarantee you.
Hell no.
Say half the shit he was talking about.
He was saying like faggot. He was saying like faggot, all types of crazy stuff on there.
He wouldn't be allowed to exist right now. Not the type of shit.
Nah.
He was always talking about Christopher Reeves.
Why was he doing that? Why was he doing that?
I know.
Dark character.
And the thing about that's when I knew that nigga was like a cold motherfucker.
Bitch, you did me so wrong.
All right, so let me ask you. So, like, what were they trying to push at that point in time? Then, like, what were they using Eminem to push if they were allowed
emo shit?
White boy,
meth.
Yeah,
white
if you had
white folks into the rap game,
problems,
getting
like
white folks into the rap.
If you had like you had like a dark emotional issue, and you listen to Eminem, you probably would act out wherever the fuck you was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like
it was like trauma type shit.
Yeah, it was like trauma. It's like he spoke to you.
He had some jumps.
This nigga said, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. You don't want to fuck with me."
Yeah, that joint went too though.
Yeah, he was. Yo, he was crazy.
Didn't he have John murder? I'm a murderer.
Literally. He talked about
he
dragging.
got a couple of joints where he killing motherfuckers.
And them interludes was crazy too. That he had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit was mad gay.
All that.
Hey,
Yeah,
can you
man.
imagine being in the studio
King
this nigga
Kniff.
talking about killing his wife?
Yeah.
Like this, and this nigga like,
King
oh,
Kniff.
you
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
This nigga was stage jacking off.
That joint was wild. I totally forgot about that motherfucker.
Hey, what was those
King Kniff
studio
from
sessions like
Connecticut.
though?
I know, right?
Dog, I swear
Like,
he
I'm
was probably
out.
so blitzed. I'm not even joking. I
He
know
had
he
to be.
used to get fucked up. Yeah,
He
he
had
used to
to
get
be,
fucked
yeah.
up back in the day.
I never knew why.
Yeah. Even this whole clique, man. Who was the people? Who was that dude? Bizarre and all them.
B12.
They was talking some wild shit too.
They
Yeah.
was too. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't really
Over the
fuck with them.
top. Me neither.
I did like that one song, Purple Hills or Haze. Or
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Them
oh.
green and
I
lead.
did not like
Yeah, I
that
used to like that
Hills.
joint. I used to like that shit.
They was talking about all that shit. Xanax
Hey,
and
Eminem used to have them little.
Percocet.
He had them little sneaky little beats. You know what I'm saying? They had like a
Mhm.
little comical feel to them, but them shits was catchy. He found a little lane as a producer.
He did. He
Yeah.
put his people on too.
and he did Renegade. He did that beat.
Yeah.
That's a
With
song.
Jigga.
That was hard.
And that's on Blueprint, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Eminem produced that beat? The Renegade joint?
Yep.
Yeah. That was like the first one. You can tell his sound is like the same. You can tell his like sound. Because he still makes shit now. What's the last one he made that was like a hit? I think the joint with Rihanna or something.
There was
That's
that
one of them.
I know that
Nah, Just Blaze did
I'm
that.
not afraid.
Just Blaze did that.
Yeah, Just Blaze.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It
Okay.
sound like some Eminem shit though,
Yeah.
don't it?
Yeah.
But
The chant
I think he
shit.
did that Smack That joint with Akon.
Yeah.
That was Eminem. That was an Eminem beat.
Yeah.
Smack That. That was an Eminem beat.
Hey,
That-
Akon is certified like diamond though. Well, all his shit. Like all his shit go.
I haven't seen him
crazy.
since. Yep.
Nope. Exactly. He just
I don't
stacking.
think he cares.
Yeah.
Nope.
He don't need his show.
This nigga's fucking T'Challa. Be fucking rebuilding
real.
cities and
He literally is
electricity
though.
and shit.
He really is though. That's
Yeah.
modern nature salad right there. For real.
Somebody
Akon.
need it.
That nigga probably got you radio.
Hey, you know what else? You know who else I could listen to? I could listen to Wiz. Wiz had a nice mixtape run
Khalifa.
too. Yeah, Wiz Khalifa.
and range.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and range.
Yeah,
he could-
actually you're right.
I could do Wiz.
Only
he
from
had
like
a strong
cushion orange
mixtape run.
juice to
I
like
don't
Yeah.
think he do 7
He had a
hours.
strong
but-
mixtape. He had
Yeah.
a strong run.
Yeah, he started out good. Yeah.
Mixtapes. I'll give you that.
now do the one with him and Currency and then do his catalog shit.
How Fly.
How fly.
Yeah.
How Fly, Boarding Pass, Star
Hey,
Power,
Flight School.
One-
Cushion
yeah.
orange juice.
Flight School, yeah, but How Fly, listen to that shit tomorrow. That shit still
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
good.
Nah, that shit is tough.
Even
I remember the album art off of that.
Taylor Alderdice, that joint
That
was
shit
solid
was
too.
fire, yeah.
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 This had, and then something happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does Jeezy got 7 hours?
Yes,
I
he
feel like
probably
got,
do.
like,
He probably do.
you can,
Yeah, he probably
Jeezy's
get
one
a
of
good run off
seven?
these.
Yeah.
got 7.
You get. I think I've done that before. You can get a good run
You
off.
could definitely no for real.
Yeah.
Jeezy is legit. You could probably do
Yeah,
7 hours.
Jeezy got so many fucking man.
His beat selection was like all his beats was fire that he used to pick.
Man,
all
I
them
love
shit.
Jeezy.
You got all the
Yeah.
Thug Motivations, and you got the Can Ban and Snowman. You got
Oh man,
Yes, that one.
all the jumps with Don Cannon.
The recession.
Maybe one of the CTE jumps, probably. Yeah.
I think Recession is probably my favorite album too. Honestly,
All right. Switch it
Okay.
up. You gotta name a female artist who you rocking with for 7 hours. You gotta name.
For
Nobody.
7 hours.
He said nobody.
He said
I
nobody.
can't.
Shit.
You can't do a female for 7
Nah.
hours.
I don't even think I can do R&B for 7 hours.
Yeah, I
straight.
can't absorb all that.
Male or female, not for 7 straight hours.
Is there a female rapper with
Maybe
7
some
hours?
Justin Timberlake, huh?
You guys are sexist.
You guys are sexist. Hey, I said everybody. I said I can't do R&B period for 7 hours straight.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Nah.
Nah.
I know I can't.
I'm going to sleep in the car. We wrecking the car.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the
I
thing.
need
The car.
something.
I need more tempo, man. I need a beat. I need to switch it up. If it's too mellow and shit,
Maybe
yeah.
Missy. It'll be entertaining, but I don't know if she got 7 hours worth.
Yeah, I was
Missy?
thinking.
I used to
I
like
was,
Missy, man.
I was thinking Lauren Hill and the Fugees, but I don't think that's
That's
7
not
hours.
7
bro.
hours.
That's not
yeah.
7 hours.
I know.
She's been missing for 17 years.
I
So
might give you about 2.
Yeah.
You might get 2 out of them. Might get about 2 out.
We're gonna have to put that shit on shuffle. We're gonna have to put it on shuffle. Missy, Lauryn Hill, whoever the hell else.
Mary J, you gonna be fucking in your feelings.
Mary J.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
Mary
for real.
could probably give you a couple hours, young, but like you said, she definitely.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that's why
Yeah.
I don't. You
She can
know,
definitely
I'm
do it,
just
though.
honest, I don't be liking all the feels.
Right, you're gonna
know
be
what
over
I'm
there
saying?
sympathizing.
Exactly.
Damn, who was this? Who
Man,
did this?
he did her so wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be a mix. Don't miss any total in that joint.
Y'all
Hey
ain't
man,
say J. Cole?
you said
You
what?
said J. Cole?
Y'all ain't say J. Cole?
That's the thing. That's the thing about him, man.
J. Cole
I gotta
might
be in the
can get you
mood.
7.
I gotta be in the mood with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really been a J. Cole fan, so he got a couple of joints. He got a couple of joints I like, but never.
I don't know.
really-
And I got another one. I don't know if it'll make me. I don't know if it'll get to 7, but especially if I'm riding in the car, I'm going Devin, yo.
Devin the
The
dude.
Crip.
Yes, I mess with you.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you better have
it's on
some
Chop
in
the
the
Screw
car.
though. It's on Chop the Screw. Then.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I
Maybe a
know,
half in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you gonna need one.
For what?
Uh-huh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the point? You know?
Devin the dude gonna make me want to smoke. Man, that's a trigger.
He said that's
If I just hear Devin the dude, don't want to roll up.
I was went to the
gonna be
barbershop
in
the other day, and they was listening to Wu-Tang, and them. If you actually listen to
They got a lot
them
of
cats,
material. Yeah.
them cats
yeah.
was like, if you listen to them, they was rapping their asses off.
I
yo.
know, yeah.
God damn, they was rapping like for
They had
real.
a squad. They had a squad.
They had a squad. They had
No,
a
they did.
motherfucking squad.
I didn't understand that shit either back in the day. That's what's so crazy. If I
And they
listen
be
to that
talking a
now,
lot.
I'm probably
They be
like,
talking that high science shit too.
I
Sometimes.
know.
Yeah.
I need to look
and that's
back
the
at
part. Yeah, because I remember people used to be into them, but I didn't know, like, I wasn't connected to that shit.
Exactly.
I didn't have
I
any
was just
idea.
drawn to them for the whole
Yeah.
martial arts shit. I was like, oh, these niggas know karate. Like these niggas.
Yeah, I thought they was
Yeah.
cool. I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
And they had dope ass gear though. They always had like the gear for real.
Yeah, that
Like,
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm about to start. I should listen to that. I'll probably check their shit out for real. Cause I never got into them like that. Like I
like
Surface,
it's
Method Man in them.
It
Yeah.
is
I was
interesting.
actually more of a Redman fan for real, to be honest, back then.
Yeah,
I was
that
meth.
my-
I was messing with meth. I was a meth man.
Damn, you used to mess with meth?
was it?
Big time.
Oh man,
That's not good. But yeah, over here on the Flight Room Podcast, we don't mess with meth. Say no to drugs. If you want to do some plants. Not ice, but Flight Room Podcast each and every Wednesday. Episode 74. You can catch y'all next week on episode 75.
Eddie Winslow.
Eddie Winslow. What?
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, all of the above. Make sure y'all lock us in for the locks of the week. If you're using even units to bet your future, make sure you do that. Even units, and catch us on the flip.
Damn, I missed
See
the
us for
locks of the
overtime.
Yep.
Peace.
We don't want your your locks, Corey. It's gonna be Pittsburgh all day. We don't want that. Catch y'all next week though.